Hey guys, welcome to Puddle Math, and this is a video on the quadratic formula, and this is just an introduction to the formula. So, first of all, there's the quadratic formula here on the right. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And that's something that you should memorize at some point. Euclid originally came up with an idea like this. It was a more geometry-based theorem though, and it only solved for one root of a quadratic equation. It only solved for one value of x, when in most cases we're dealing with two values of x. And so it wasn't really as good as it could be. And so Diophantus came up with this more algebraic method that will give you both x values of a quadratic equation. So why do we use the quadratic formula? Well, when you have things like x plus 5 equals 2, this is kind of easy to solve. You subtract 5 from both sides, you get x equals negative 3. However, then you get expressions like x squared plus 3x plus 2 equals 0. So you can factor that. However, sometimes these get even more complicated where factoring is really hard, and so that's where the quadratic formula comes in, especially when the answers aren't really nice even numbers. And so the condition for the quadratic formula is that you have an equation of this form, ax squared plus bx plus c, where x is just some unknown number and a, b, and c are constants. A is the coefficient on the x squared term, b is the coefficient on the x term, and c is the coefficient on the c term. And so when that is true, then the solution for this equation, the value for x that solves this equation, is going to be equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a.